Private Hitter here for WallStreetFatCats. Today is January the 21st, 2010. It is 6:36 p.m. Eastern Time. Um, today was a today was a fantastic trade. Although today I shortened my my shares today by half. Um, Yesterday I did pretty good, so I wanted to protect some of my profits, so that's why I minimized my shares. Um, So instead of doing 1,000 shares, I did 500 shares today, and I kind of wish I didn't, because today was just a fantastic day for me. Let's see, I traded three different stocks today: POT, FCX, Goldman Sachs. Um, right now, you're looking at POT on the 1 minute, ticker symbol POT. I did excuse me, I did six trades today on POT. First trade that I did was at 9:31 at 113.77. This is the one right here. Right at the open, this is the first stock that I started watching today. Right at the open, I saw it came up and it just kept touching and touching and touching this top, and it wouldn't break up. So on this one, I saw that it was starting to do it again. So right away, I put in my order for a short at 113.77, 500 shares. And when I saw that it couldn't break that, I kept the short, and I saw that it broke the 50. I'm sorry, the 20, and then the 50, and then it came down. So once it started coming down, I knew that the 200, it was either gonna break or it was gonna find some support there. So came down. All in all, was good. I ended up getting out at 9:38, which is on this one right here. I just saw that it kept on these two. I saw that it kept touching the 200, but it didn't want to break, so I still felt good about the short. On this one, it brought it back down, and then on this one, it came all the way down, and I just put my stop in. After a point, I always put my stop in every 10 cents just to lock in those gains. So on this one, came all the way down, came back came back up, came back down, and that's when I put my stop for 1 point and 10 cents at 112.67. It ended up stopping me out, um, like about right here. So once this one came, I knew it was gonna start to go up. So I ended up getting out on that one. That one was a good one. I got out at for a point and 10 cents. The next one that I took was at a 958. Um, 958 is on this one, this candle right here. This is at 114.05. That's where I ended up getting in for a short. I saw this long wick right here, so I figured it was gonna start to come down after this huge pop. Um, wasn't the case. I took a short 14.05. Um, and then as you can see, it came all the way down. This one was awesome. It started looking good and then just retraced all the way back and kept going up more. I mean, pot was strong on this one, but I was on the wrong side. I ended up getting stopped out for 20 cents, which was pretty good because I put in my stop, and I could have gotten hurt pretty bad on that one, but luckily I had my stops in, and I got stopped out, and that was it. And then on to a next one. So not too bad, minus 20 cents on that one. The next trade on pot I took was at 11.46. Um, that's this green one right here. I got in at 112.95 for a long. On this one, I saw it kept hitting the 200 here and then here, so I figured that eventually it was gonna pop up. So on this one, on the fourth try, I figured just go ahead and take it. And then also too, as you can see, these support levels here kept touching it, so it was in a range. So eventually, I knew it was gonna come break out or either break down. So on the range here, let me draw some lines that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let me make these bigger, that way you guys are able to see them. Excuse me. Okay, so once it was on this range, um, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. Whenever it's at the top, you want to short, and whenever it's at the bottom, you want to go long. So if it hits your short, just um, I'm sorry, like let's say right here you go long, right? you put your stop in a little bit below it. You know, that way you give it some wiggle room, and then it'll pop up. Same with the short. If you short it here, you put a stop a little bit above it. That way you can give it some wiggle room. If it pops out, you break out. It breaks out, and you get your stop in. So you know, just follow this, and eventually, I mean, if you take all of these range trades, let's say you saw this one here, here, and here, and then this one forming here, you had this one, and then this one, and take it. I mean, if it breaks out, it breaks out. You know, oh well. You're not gonna get every single trade right 100% of the time. You know, you gotta take some losses too. Um, so on this one, I figured on the fourth time that it was gonna come, that it was on the lower part of on the trend. I went long, and sure enough, once it broke out, um, it took off. So I got in at a 112.95 at 11:46 Eastern, and I got out at a 114 even at 11:53. That's this red one right here. I saw that it didn't have any more steam. It started to come down. Once I saw this one open up lower, I figured, you know, it was time to get out. So I got out 114 even for a point and 5 cents. So this one was a good one too. Um, um, all right, next one that I took on pot was another long at a 1307. 1307 is this red one right here. On this one, you can see that it started finding a base. So on these, once it starts coming down, it starts finding a little base. So I love to get these and go long. Worst case scenario, it breaks this little low. That's where you put your stop in, and then you either get stopped out, reverse it, or you know, whatever you feel like doing at that time. But for me, once I saw this little base, I ended up going in. So I went in on this red candle right here. I got filled at excuse me, at 112.65, and I ended up getting out at 113.05 at 1320. Let's see, 1320 is this green one right here, this little doji, and I ended up getting 40 cents on this one. Um, this one was pretty good. Once it broke out the 50, I'm sorry, the 20, it looked really good to me. I figured it was just gonna follow the 20 until it found the bounce, which it did right here. So once I saw that it was, this one came down, this one was just hanging right there on the 20. I knew that it was gonna come down and then pop back up. So I felt real confident about this one. And then right here on the 50, once it broke out, um, I figured if it breaks, it's gonna take off. But but on this case, I got a little how would I say it? I wasn't patient enough with it, so I ended up getting out right here. If I would have held on to it, I mean, I could have gotten all this right here, but I figured it was starting to come down, so I ended up taking my profits on that one plus 40 cents, which isn't too bad.